Well, good morning. It's week 4 of us doing this,
Yes, sir.
of high school and college picks, and were some interesting games this week, and there was some interesting upsets last week, wasn't there, Jim?
I think I might have heard about one. Yeah. I can't remember exactly who, but I think there was an upset.
Yeah. So let's lead it off with Chaparral Garden Plain. I think Garden Plain's going to be too strong. I'm picking Garden Plain.
Garden Plain's a good team. I think they're coming off a loss to Cheney, but there's no shame in that. Cheney's really good, but I think Garden Plain's a better team.
Next up is Andell Heston. Andell played a really good game. They got a rolling kid out there. The Myers, a quarterback, and some other really good senior linemen. I got to talk about a little bit, and I'm sure the kids, I know they watch. And, why didn't you mention my name? So, but they're really strong again this year. Andell is going to roll all over Heston.
Regardless of class, they're one of the better teams in the state, so I'm definitely going with Andale.
Next up is Cheney and Pratt. This isn't going to be a game. Cheney is going to destroy Pratt.
Do Cheney and Andale play?
They went they moved districts, so we picked up Heston and Halstead.
Okay.
And Cheney and Haven went west. So Cheney's going to play Holcomb. All these teams way west.
I was just hoping to see a Cheney-Andale matchup.
That'd be a good game, which you could see in the playoffs.
Hopefully. But yeah, as far as this game, definitely Cheney.
Next up, we got Clearwater Halstead. Andale got Halstead down really quick last week. But Halstead battled and came back for a little while, and they looked pretty good. they got a running back that gained 157 yards against us. I don't know
That's
the last time we had a running back gain that many yards against us. So I'm taking Halstead in this game.
I'm going Clearwater. They're undefeated, and I think I've heard you talk up their quarterback a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And from what I've seen, what I've read, they're looking good. So I'll differ with you on this one. I'll go Clearwater.
Right.
I need to make up a game or two.
Oh yeah, what is the record?
That's irrelevant at this point.
That's Jim's code for I'm winning. Next up is Trinity and Collegiate. Collegiate's undefeated. They're playing well. Trinity had a really down year last year, and I don't think that they're going to be able to hang with Collegiate, so I'm taking Collegiate.
I think Collegiate's going to keep their undefeated streak going. I'm going with them as well.
Next, we got Mulvane Coffeyville. I know nothing about Coffeyville. I don't know what the record is. I know nothing. Laura's not with us today, but Mulvane's a local team, so I'm going with Mulvane for the first win of the season.
I know Mulvane hasn't won a game. I did a little light research on Coffeyville. I think they have won a game, so I'm going with Coffeyville.
Okay. Probably one of the best games is going to be this week is Eisenhower Goddard. It's a crosstown rival. Those games sometimes go back and forth between who wins and who you think is going to win, has the stronger team, has been upset in years past just because it's such a rival. But I'm taking Goddard in this one.
I think it's going to be a really good game. These rivalry games, they're very physical, they're very intense, but I'm going to go with the original Goddard. I'm going to go with Goddard, and our cameraman Jordan will be working security at that game, so if you see him out there, say hi to him.
There you go, a plug for our camera guy.
And the camera guy went to Goddard.
Yeah. There you go, Jordan, we got you in. Next up is Salina South Mays. The Salina teams are just not any good anymore, and it really surprised me because they used to be really good teams, but Mays is going to roll over Salina South.
Agreed. I've said it before, I like defense, and that's what Mays specializes in. I'm going with the Eagles.
Next up, we have Mays South and Newton. This is going to be an interesting game.
Yeah,
Newton hasn't won a game, but they are in every game. And sooner or later, they're going to get some turnovers, they're going to get some key plays, and they're going to win a game. I'm still going to take Mays South, but I think this is going to be a good game.
I agree with everything you said about Newton. Mays South, you were right on that. They lost to a very tough Hutch team, but I think they're going to bounce back. They're a really good team.
Next is Andover Central Valley Center. I think Andover Central is just way too strong. I think they'll win this game.
Agreed. Andover Central's a little too strong for Valley Center.
Another interesting game.
This is going to be a good game.
Is Bishop Carroll and Lawrence. And of course, Bishop Carroll's had to start scheduling other teams when originally the City League wasn't going to play, and they haven't scheduled light.
No, that's got to be the toughest schedule in the state, regardless of class.
Yeah. So I'm a Bishop Carroll fan. I'm sticking with Bishop Carroll.
My sister's kids went to Bishop Carroll, but I read up a little bit on Lawrence, and they're looking really good. I think this is going to be a really good game, but I'm going to give the edge to Lawrence.
Next, we have West and South. I think this is going to be an evenly matched game.
Me too.
This is one that I could have won either way, but I'm taking West.
Agree with everything you said. I'm just going to differ with you. I'll go with the Titans.
Next, we have Northwest and North. Not going to make too many comments on that one. Northwest wins this game.
I agree. Northwest, they're looking really good. The only thing I'm worried about is the City League competition isn't what it has been, and going into state, they haven't really faced a lot of competition. So I expect big things out of Northwest, but I just hope their schedule doesn't derail them since they haven't played a lot of competition. But they're really good.
Last high school game is East versus Heights. East is playing really well.
Yeah, they are.
Right now. They could compete really well at Northwest this year.
I agree.
Now they start a freshman quarterback. Heck. And he's good. So I'm taking East.
From a talent standpoint, East is one of the few teams that can compete against Northwest. They have a lot of kids who are going to play college football. So in this game, I'm definitely taking East, and that Northwest-East game is going to be really good.
We move on to college. We have Baylor, West Virginia. I think it's going to be a good game.
I do too.
The advantage West Virginia has are playing at home, and that can be a big advantage for college games. But I'm going to stick with Baylor on this.
I like Baylor. I really like their coach, Dave Aranda. He's all about defense, and that's what I like in football, so I'm going with the Baylor Bears.
Next is Texas TCU. Texas is pretty good this year.
I think they played a basketball game last week.
Yeah. That was a different game.
Big 12 football.
Yeah. Not a lot of defense.
No.
But I'm taking Texas.
I think Texas will win this game. Again, Tom Herman, he has so much talent, but they just never seem to produce like they should. All the 5 stars and 4 stars, but they're the better team in this game, and they'll win.
Yeah. Oklahoma State came out last week and looked like what everybody predicted Oklahoma State to look like, because they didn't the week before. And it's Kansas. Again, I don't think they win a game all year now. And I think Oklahoma State's going to roll all over them.
I can't wait for Kansas to turn the corner eventually. I really like the Jayhawks, but this isn't going to be the week.
I'll let you take the next game.
Thank you.
Yeah.
K-State, highlight of their season, maybe the highlight of their program history, because they don't have a lot of accolades. So beating a ranked team is a very, very, very big deal to them. Like on Facebook, you thought they won the Super Bowl or something. So it was a monumental win for their program, and I think they'll keep on rolling against a very tough Texas Tech team that doesn't play defense.
Neither did Oklahoma. A lot of interesting comments you made.
Oh, yeah. I was holding back, too.
And, I don't know what type of accolades you could give Nebraska. They were playing ranked teams last year and couldn't compete with any of them. And so Kansas State is,
right.
Obviously. For 2 years in a row they have.
Big 12 ranked teams.
Yeah, well, we differ on that. But, they was pretty amazed myself, to be honest with you. The way the game started, I thought, I'm going to hear from Jim all week. Instead, he's heard from me all week.
Yes,
but,
and a few other people.
Yeah. And so, they came out in the second half, and what everybody that's a K-State fan was expecting them to do this year, that's what they looked like in the second half. They actually played some defense, and offensively, they produced because, I'm sorry, Oklahoma's a better defense than the game they played before, and that defense completely shut us down. So they've made some tweaks, obviously, and they were able to roll over Oklahoma. Now, I don't want to sit here and say everything's unicorns and rainbows for K-State because they got a tough road ahead of them.
They do.
But I'm absolutely taking K-State. Well, I'll let you take the next game, too, the last game.
And in all seriousness, I do tip my hat to K-State. I only watched the second half of that game, and they did look good. They played defense. They ran the ball. I was impressed in the second half. So,
Yeah. Well, I thank you very much.
You got it.
Yeah.
Next up, Boomer Sooner. It doesn't look good for the conference when the flagship team loses a game like that, and then the second flagship team, Texas, scores 80 points in overtime to win a game. But I'd like to pick Iowa State in this game because of Breece Hall, the Northwest kid. He went off against TCU, the Big 12's best defense. But Breece at Northwest, they call him Breece the Beast, and he's going to play on Sundays. He's amazing, but I don't think Oklahoma's going to lose 2 in a row.
Yeah, I think Oklahoma is going to be very angry, just like they were last year. And I remember last year, the game after the K-State loss, they came out, whoever they played, they just destroyed.
Oh, yeah.
And so I don't think anybody in the Big 12 would have a hard time winning this week against them, because
Agreed.
I mean, they dropped from 3 to 19 or 20 or
That's
something like that.
Pretty big.
That's huge. And when you have teams that you've never seen ranked before way ahead of them, you're like, oh, okay, that's what everybody thinks of the Big 12, obviously. I'll admit to that.
Present company included.
So, yeah, I'm taking Oklahoma. And again, I don't see Nebraska on there, Jim. They haven't played a game yet,
We're
but
coming.
they're 0-3.
But we got Ohio State coming. I see big things with us in that game.
Well, I mean, they lost last week to the G in Big Ten, so it's not looking good for them.
We'll see. Because Iowa State, that's an easy win for the Huskers.
So,
Goodness gracious.
well, we appreciate you tuning in today. I hope that it's going to be nice weather. It'll be football
Oh, yeah.
weather tonight. Again, with all the COVID issues and stuff, if your schools are letting you go out and support the teams, please go out there and support the boys playing the football, the bands, the cheerleaders, the dance teams, because they need your support, because it's a very difficult year for our students in high school and the college students with everything going on, and supporting them is something that we should always do. So enjoy yourself tonight, and we'll see you next week.